Alright. Morning, y'all. I already know this thing about to act a fool. It's okay. It's okay. Because I'm liable to do the same. If it's a Monday morning, you know who got it. Welcome to the Guidepost, guys. Um, I'm back on live because it's Welcome Week. Welcome Week for the Guild is a single week where the doors are open for admission for you to get into the Guild. What is the Guild? It's a continuous cohort class over 3 months. All right. It roughly amounts to about 9 weeks of classes. And I'll dip into it a little bit. Um, all the details are in the description, but clicking a link is just a lot. I know. I know. I know. We got burped the baby. Anyways, y'all, let's get into it. Let me see what I got. This thing about to act a fool. There it is. Where my thing at? Here you go. It's just supposed to come up, Aries. Shut up. What's up? Get down. This thing gotta be joking. I'm telling you that's what it is. Right there. That's how I feel. Oh, how's it feel? That's how I feel. Oh. Niggas really think I be joking. He ain't talking about me. But still, I gotta go back to it. But I swear, man, like clockwork. I do it all day to you. I'm talking about you. Nah, he ain't really talking about me. He don't know. He don't know. He don't know everything about me. So how can he know me? Shut the fuck up. You broke your arm. You went to the doctor. Doctor said you got a broken arm. Shut up. You don't know everything about me. But that's dumb. That's dumb. See, I don't think there are dumb people. I get pushed. I don't think there are dumb people. I think people do dumb things. I think people do dumb things. Okay, we got a few y'all in the chat. What's going on, Leah? Welcome to the show. Cast a spell. Good morning. Good morning. Hey, man, I appreciate these 4-hour lives. Let's make it 5 hours a day. Get in the guild. I'm just gonna say what I've been saying, but you gotta question whether or not you got it. That ain't no secret mystery marketing technique. Shit. Motherfuckers always swear somebody trying to get their precious money. Nah, Aries, I don't really think money the biggest thing. Bruh. I gotta hit you. I gotta hit you with a little story. Cause man, look, motherfuckers swear they different. And it always be the nigga that swear he different that's typical as fuck. Typical as fuck. Don't ask me why is everybody so concerned with money, Aries? Well, kiddo, why are you? Oh, not me. I'm different. I see the light. Right head ass. Look, can't reply to an email. As soon as that charge hits your account, you curious. As soon as money's involved, you curious. Why? Because it's the top thing for you too. It's okay. I get it. You're scared. You don't know what's gonna happen. You don't know no other way. Okay, give me. It's all right, baby. That's me burping the baby. It's all right, baby. Look, you gotta be real with yourself. You gotta be real with yourself. When I tell you I'm talking about you, and you can't hold that not even for a second, you know I'm talking about you. I'm so serious, bro. Scorpio Ponicio? Good morning. That's an interesting name, bro. Okay. All right. Look, hey, go ahead. Today, look, I want to talk about this idea of a spiritual lifestyle. Because motherfuckers had this shit twisted, man. Let me guess, Aries, you got all the answers. No. See, that's doing something dumb. That's doing something dumb. Of course I don't have all the answers. What kind of dumb? No one has that. But that's how you come off. No, that's how you feel about me. That's how you feel. See, look, your feelings don't tell you about the world. And we've confused feelings and emotions. We've confused feelings and emotions. Your emotions ain't telling you about the world, they're telling you about you. And if you put them in that place where you presume they must be right, it feels so true. You gonna miss it every time. That's not me telling you have no emotions. See, that's listen emotionally. I can say have no emotions, but I didn't say that. You can't let them drive. Look, if you're a woman, hopefully you got a husband or something. Because, you know, it's going to be hard for you to do that. If you a woman or you a bitch made little nigga, it's going to be hard. I get it. But I ain't here to tell you some shit ain't going to be hard. Real shit. Gerald Sunbright, welcome to the show. Good to see you. Hold on. Let me get a phone. We gotta do this shit. You be tripping me out with that shit, bro. I can't deal with it. All right, so look, I'm getting into the spiritual lifestyle. I'm gonna go a little bit through some of the material we use in the guild that I've been using for the whole fucking season. Not the season of the guild, season of the show. First and foremost, this shit ain't hard. I mean, this shit ain't easy. It ain't quick. It ain't quick. It's not quick. You really gotta grab this. If you in spirituality to find something quick to get away from the thing you don't want to have to deal with, to float above something, you gonna miss it. I guarantee you. And if you ain't even considered whether or not you that kind of person, I guarantee you are. I guarantee you. Ain't no way you can know me, Aries. I don't know you. I know niggas like you. I ain't like nobody else. Now you a goddamn lie. Now you a goddamn lie. Look, I'm gonna throw this up. It's a new slide I ain't used in a minute at all. That's what I mean when I mean. So I say it not in a minute because I've been using it on other things, not even in the guild yet. See, this is the kind of thing y'all motherfuckers is so interested in. Why is he upset about that? I feel like you think I shouldn't be. I do. But that's beside the point. That's why I'm going to show it to you. Hell yeah, work is life, bro. But motherfuckers want that to be an exception when you want it to be. Look, let me get into this right here, bro. Areas you rant too much. I want you get to the information. Fuck you mean? Bro, I got about 4 or 5 years of the information that you don't understand and won't ask for help for. You won't do no research except sit back and listen to somebody talk. Like that's gonna get it for you. That ain't never work. You didn't do good in grade school. You didn't do good just sitting back listening to someone talk. Ass. What you need is some type of a dialogue. Oh, so I gotta talk to you? No, don't talk to me. Don't talk to me. You fine. But go talk to somebody. You sitting there playing. That's it, man. Motherfuckers be playing. And they want me to play with them. And that's fine. Real shit. That's fine. I'll play with you. But let's play my game too. No, I don't want to play that. Exactly. Motherfuckers will waste 6 months, 2 seasons in the guild, not doing any homework, don't want to research, and then wonder why you confused. I'm so serious. There's very little that I give you that you cannot research. There's very little I give you. I give you the topics. I give you the words. I give you the people. What you gotta do is put in the work. It's a damn shame. Because I know if you're doing it here, not because I'm special, if you're doing it here, I guarantee you're doing it other places. Avoiding the thing you don't want to have to do, right? avoiding the thing you don't like, trying to find a new way to not have to acknowledge it, to get around it. Look, spiritual life, that's not going to work. As a matter of fact, you're going to be called to it. You're going to be called to it. My dude, I'm so serious, man. Saudi Easy, it's good to see you. Miss Think Outside the Box. Good to see you. I ain't seen you in a minute now. Look, I hope to see you in the future. What you mean? Get to work, bro. You be killing me. I know, bro. Look. I tell nigga what they need to hear. They get to talking like Snuffleupagus. If you old, you don't know Snuffleupagus. I mean, if you young, you don't know Snuffleupagus. He was the elephant on Sesame Street. I know, bro. I don't know what's wrong with me. I can't get it. Yeah, you can. But you sitting in the back pretending, playing, doing all that little stuff in the shadows. Holla at your boy. That's what we do. Shit. Damn. It's alright though. It's alright. Aries, you shouldn't be so mean. You shouldn't be mad at me. Give me grace. Okay. You got all the grace. All the grace you need. But I guarantee you ain't giving me none. You ain't giving me none. You ain't give a damn wine mad. You just don't be mad. Don't be mad. Team Blanco, good to see y'all in the chat. Welcome to the show. That research and homework ends up being a part of your day-to-day. It's gotta be. There you go, Rock. It's gotta be. See, when you talking spiritual life, part of it is constant contemplation. See, folks think this spiritual life is, I'm just gonna feel calm. My emotions are going to be calm. I'm going to float above all of this. This physical stuff doesn't matter. Right? That's what you want to get to. This physical stuff doesn't matter. I'm a different kind of person. And as soon as that dollar get involved, all of a sudden the physical stuff matter more than anything. Soon as you have to risk losing some shit you want down here, all of a sudden, just poof, it matters a lot again. Because you was lying whole time, capping. I tell you, man, look, you think you don't need to hear that? Let me guess, you different, you special, you been doing the study. Goddamn lie. Ain't broke up the dictionary. Ain't broke open a dictionary. Ain't spent a week contemplating a single word. No. You spend day after day contemplating the things you don't want. Scared. Trying to avoid this, trying to avoid that. Stuck in survival. You don't spend a week contemplating a single word. The spiritual lifestyle, this has always been a self-transformative, contemplative, participatory work. Self-transformative. I gotta break it down and go slow. Self-transformative, because it's not about having some new thing, it's about becoming some new thing. So it's not some new information you have to have. There's a thing you have to become. John Vervaeke does a great example for this. Let's say you need to become more mature, right? So what do? You go and have a car? You have a new car? That don't do it. You go and have some sex? That don't do it. Because it's not about some new thing you need to have. It's about some new thing you need to become. How do I do that? That's a good question. It's not a bad question. Okay? Participatory. You have to participate. When you're avoiding this and that in life, you're not participating with it. See, niggas is quick to say, oh, I'm a supreme being. You know, God man. Okay, Hercules. So why are you avoiding that? Because it was cap. That's why. Because if you was really that, you wouldn't be avoiding that little thing over there. Or that one, or that one, or that one. See, man, you got to be honest with yourself. But you don't want to have to be, because look at it that way, it hurts. It don't feel good. You want to soften the blow, cut the corner. Mm-mm, mm-mm, mm-mm. Contemplative. People would spend years contemplating concepts. See, this idea of how we think about religion, which comes from Europe, specifically a very specific form of Christianity, where you're thinking, okay, I got the book, and I'm going to study the book, and all you're really doing is reading. See, the books were never the deep part of the work. These traditions were done in communities. You had guidance, but now you reject guidance. I don't need no help. I don't want to have to ask for help. Okay. But you look, you gonna make it harder on yourself, and you ain't getting no bitches for that shot. Matter of fact, you go out here and really, really do it for yourself, nigga gonna look, fuck you, you think you know everything. You don't get no bitches for that shot. Don't nobody care what you did it on your own. They're just gonna question whether or not you did it at all. Well, look, don't listen to me though. Go do what you do. The spiritual lifestyle was always contemplative. These what we call religions now, keeping that European colonized mindset, these were philosophical schools of thought. But see, for that matter, you'd have to have some idea what philosophy is. You spend most of your time seeking an answer. Philosophy teaches you how to explore a question. Because in all honesty, I would say more than half, but I'll be generous. Half of getting the answer you're looking for is asking the appropriate question. Half of getting the answer you're looking for is asking the appropriate question. I know you've been in a conversation with somebody who dodges the question. And then you also got to be prepared to get an answer you didn't want. It sounds simple. I'm telling you, it's not. So many folks move based on how they feel. I'm not telling you not to feel. You fucking bitch made. I'm not telling you not to feel. I'm telling you there's more. And the more I'm pointing to is what you need to use. Here. Oh, no. I don't have my camera flipped. So I'll go this way. Yeah. This is a new slide I got. I'm not going to do it on air. This is a new slide I set up. When you want to learn to live the lifestyle, how to make spirituality part of your day-to-day life. Perfectly fine. Perfectly reasonable. But you have to keep in mind, it's spiritual. Well, what does that mean? Does that mean I'm calm? Does that mean I feel good? No! Oh my God! No! I show y'all the intro every time. You think that's just aesthetics? That's just how, no. That's how it feel. That's how it feel. It's awful. It used to not be as awful because you did this in the context of a community, so you could distribute the weight of the responsibility across a community of people. Now, all of that's on you. Because one, you don't want to deal with a community. Fine, go ahead. 2, the communities are very sparse. And 3, we don't know how to identify ourselves as part of a community anymore. We're deeply ingrained in this individualized, isolated, atomized type of conception of a self. And that's part of what I'm bringing up here, okay? We're used to thinking of ourselves as a singular, isolated thing. And I can talk about a lot of reasons why that's the case. It's the case. One of the things you have to break in order to take up a spiritual lifestyle is this way of thinking, once again, from Europe. But it don't matter if it's from Europe. You adopt it. You ate it up, right? It's how you see yourself. Okay, what do I mean by that? Because there's a relationship between how you see the world and how you see yourself. The two fit together. They co-identify each other. Okay? Like, look, a hockey player, right? And the stadium that they're in. The two fit to each other. And in the instances where they don't, something is wrong. It could be, look, the stadium and the hockey player could each be appropriately constructed, if you will, but they have to fit together. You put a hockey player in a stadium for basketball, well, nothing's wrong with the stadium. Nothing's wrong with the hockey player, but they're not going to fit. And without that fit, you're not going to feel connected to the world. And your day-to-day, if you will be in disarray. Ha! Bars. Bars. Love it. I can't even be a rapper, man. I'd blow you niggas out the water. So, in a general sense, because I always say, what is you? You have to consider that. Remember, how you frame the world informs how you frame yourself. So if I listen to how you frame yourself, you're telling me how you frame the world. The big hurdle is how you frame the world. You can give the new words, and it feels good to say them, especially when you're in a group and everyone else is saying them. Primordial, non-physical. Ooh, right? Physical, right? You can say the new words. But it was never about saying them. Especially if you're not paying attention to how language works. That's why I don't give you words from another fucking language you don't speak. Give me the Sanskrit. It's the original. Shut up. Shut up. And I always think it should be self-evident because it's fucking obvious. But it's only obvious to me in retrospect. And this is why I insist on saying something. Tell me what's wrong. Tell me what you don't. Tell me what you see and what you don't see. No, I'm scared I'm gonna look stupid. Well, you already look stupid. See, just start from there. Just start from the presumption that you already look stupid. That way, all you gotta do is go up. Sit there avoiding looking stupid. This model of the self for the Bookman model, okay? This is a general model. A general model. Because, like I say, the details make all the difference. But in general, all right, you got your meat bag. All right, you got the physical body. We know that part. And please, don't try and reject it. Don't try and just say fuck it. Because it's not going to work. I know. I'm telling you. You got the meat bag. That's the physical part. Non-physically, you got personality and shadow. I'm saying it like it's two different things. They're deeply interwoven. You're never going to separate them. Like, look at the room you're in. Or if you're not in the room, maybe you're outside, maybe you're in a car. Look at the space you're in. You're not going to separate the shadow from the parts of the room that are illuminated by light. The parts of the room that are touched by light, you cannot separate them from the parts that are not, because both of them are part of the room. Both of them are part of the room. You're not going to separate them. Okay? Personality is touched by the light of your awareness. Shadow is not. But both of them are equally part of your conception of self. Okay? And that's non-physical. Personality shadow is non-physical. Genius is the part that's primordial. Okay? I was gonna get real mad. I'm getting better. I'm getting so much better. Genius is the part of the primordial. And this is what'll happen routinely. Because I'll give you places you can go to listen to people talk about concepts from different models that are similar to what I'm pointing to. So look, from the Greek tradition, you have the daimon. I didn't say demon. It's not the same. It's not even close. It's not even close. Well, that's where they got the word from. No, it's not. No. You'd like to think that because it sounds the same and it feel a certain way. That's not the lineage of the word. In the Greek tradition, you have the daimon, okay? Bernardo Kastrup talks about that. Bernardo Kastrup, don't I say this all the time? I say this all the time, but it's okay. It's okay. Fuck you. Fuck you. I know. I get it. Here, look. I'll pull it up right here. Oh, it's okay. It's okay. I'm gonna be okay. Bernardo Kastrup. He's a computer engineer, former particle physicist, turned philosopher. He posits the metaphysical position of analytic idealism. It's a form of idealism. Look, he was a particle physicist at CERN. If you are impressed and convinced of what you get from the natural sciences in terms of using it to frame the world, he's a particle physicist. He literally studies the thing that you're trying to use to frame the world. Okay, so don't listen to Aries. He'll talk about his experience with the daimon. Okay? There you go. There's one. And once again, the daimon comes from the Greek tradition. All right? Europe has positioned themselves in a position where they look at their lineage as having come from Greece. But most of that lineage, the story about that, was established in the 1800s and the 1900s. Like, the same way the rest of white supremacy was. Where you take history, you take the world, you take the systems of nature, and use them to validate the superiority of Europe. Bro, I'm about to get mad again and just pull up the quote. Anyways, so he's coming from the Greek tradition, using that, because he's coming from the Western tradition, okay? James Hillman, archetypal psychologist. He founded the whole field of archetypal psychology. All right. He's from the Jungian school, so Carl Jung. Oh, I've heard that name. I know, baby. He's from the Jungian school. Okay. In his model, he has what's called the acorn. All right. Think about it this way, in the sense that an acorn has everything it needs to create the oak tree, aside from the actual experience in between. Okay, so in his model, everyone has an acorn, okay? And depending on how it's cultivated determines the degree to which it blooms until its fullness. And one of the things he suggests is that that acorn needs to be nourished and cultivated by guidance. But you know, I don't trust nobody. I'm scared. What if they fuck me over? You're right. That's always a risk. There's no game you can play where you can possibly win and not risk losing. See, that's that participation trophy thing. That's that default win shit. Fuck out of here, man. So you can look into James Hillman as well. He'll talk about the acorn theory. So I gave you two people already. Here, let me give you another one. Because see, it's not that you don't have information. It's not that you don't have opportunity. It's that you're a lazy fuck who doesn't want to be honest with himself about the fact that they spend all their time just watching fucking short form content when you could be learning. I'm learning from short form content. Shut that kindergarten shit up. Shut that. I'm just gonna get fucking mad. Henry Corbin. Okay? And I'm giving you these Europeans because you speak English and you live in the Western world. Like, I can't stress that enough. Okay? Henry Corbin is, I think you could say he's a polymath, a prolific scholar. He's French. So I'm saying Corbin because I'm pronouncing it in English. In French, it's Corbin. Right? Corbin. You put some wine in my Corbin and some cheese, right? Anyway, he brings back to the West out of Zoroastrianism, and Islamic Sufism. From his studies in that, he brings back to the West the format of angelology. Because why? Christianity runs deep in the Western tradition. Okay? It's part of the cultural grammar. It's in the words. It's in the language. It's in the way we frame the world. I don't believe in angels. Shut the fuck up. It's not about what statement, what thing you believe in. It's about the framing of what you're building. I don't believe in termites. Well, you're using 2x4s when you frame and build that house. So I don't give a fuck what you believe in. You need to understand termites if you're going to build a house out of wood. Fuck what you believe in. Christianity is in the culture. It's in the language. It's part of the shape of what you think when you say God. No, I'm special. I'm different. I really think it's this. Shut up. Shut up. Shut up. You think I'm saying something different. You're not special. I'm not special. Why the fuck you gotta be special? I'm different. I'm different. Yeah, I'm different. Okay. Stop. Anyway, Henry Corbin, right? He talks about angelology. Where I would say genius in the Bookman model, in his model, he has what's called the angelic twin. A good way to say it is the angel out ahead. Okay? And in his model, everything has an angel. Everyone and everything. As a matter of fact, there's probably not even a distinction between everyone and everything. Okay? So, first and foremost, if you want to hear some of the experience around these things, you can check this out. Because everybody always wants to know, what's it going to be like before I do it? You're not going to be able to do that. Like, the spiritual lifestyle requires a radical change. And you're not going to know what it's going to be like on the other side. That's not me gatekeeping, trying to avoid your question. It's like, no. It's like trying to explain to a toddler what it's going to be like to be a teenager. They're not going to understand until they get there. You can look, you start to tell a toddler what it's like to be a teenager. Oh man, I'm gonna have all the toys when I'm a teenager. I can't wait. I'm gonna drive the car and I'm gonna have my teddy bear and my stroller and I'm gonna have the trunk full of snacks. They don't know. And they don't know they don't know. You're not gonna be able to see what it's gonna be like at the end. You have to do it. You have to. In some respects, you have to jump. You have to jump. And if you're the kind of person who's too scared to jump because you don't know what it's going to be, no, the spiritual life ain't for you. I'd prefer to just call you a coward. But maybe there's more nuance and detail. The spiritual, I'd say coward and bitch made. But I'm unreasonable, inconsiderate, and a dick. So, there's that. Nah, man, no. Because it's like clockwork. It's like clockwork. I keep seeing it. Even the motherfuckers I can see. They understand. They'll get to some of the exercises. They'll listen and we can have conversations about the material. But there comes a point. Am I on the thing? Am I on the camera? Good. There comes a point. Every time. I'll be telling them the whole time, look, you're not going to be able to avoid the things you don't want to have to deal with. Oh, yeah, Aries, I get it. Okay, cool. Here come the moment of truth. Because I can't tell you when it's coming. I can just tell you it's coming. Here come the moment of truth. Fold. You can talk that good shit. I'm built for this. I'm the kind of nigga that do this. I'm a supreme being. Oh, yeah. And then the moment of truth comes. The thing you didn't want to have to do. Do this. Chill. No, I don't want to. Oh, that's nasty. Oh. Fold. I'm not going to be the nigga that didn't tell you. That's the spiritual life. And it's not just once. It's again and again and again and again. The thing you thought you were is going to die. And not just that, you're going to have to willingly sacrifice it. It's easy for me to say. One, because I'm good at talking. Words are my thing. Me saying it does not compare to the experience of it. The thing you thought you were has to die. Why? The way you thought about the world has to die. You're trying to take on an entire new framing of the world. Like I said, the way you frame the world informs the way you frame yourself. There's no amount of information anyone can say to you. And I give you a lot. Fuck you talking about? There's no amount of information anyone can say that can prepare you for that. The biggest problem is people want to believe this stuff, but they don't actually believe it. They like to believe. That's one thing. But actually believing it, that's different. You need to look your fears in the eye. Fear is adultery with God. You can say, I'm built for this. I'm that type of nigga. Okay, all right, look at this nigga. Supreme being, God body. Okay, right, cool, Hercules. If all that's the case, what's the fear about? Because it ain't the case. It's cap. I'm not telling you have no fear. It's about your relationship to it. I'm not telling you ignore the physical world. I keep saying you're not going to be able to do it. It's not about floating away from the physical. Look, meatbag is part of the diagram. Shit. It's about your relationship to it. It's about your relationship to it. Why I keep going into relationships? The fundamental framing, especially in this model, in the ancient models, was relation. Once again, especially coming out of Europe now, Enlightenment, scientific revolution, secularism, you're used to trying to find a substance, something you can isolate and manipulate. It's not gonna work. Real shit. When someone's trying to isolate you and manipulate you, how do you react to them? You resist them. You're used to treating the world like a machine, and it's not. Got a spell. I'm finding that any regrets I have are perfect indicators that I didn't truly sacrifice. There you go. There you go. Yeah. Any of the regrets, the resentment, you didn't really give it away. You didn't really give it away. What you probably did was found a comfortable way to numb yourself to its presence or to avoid and not acknowledge it. Yeah. Yeah. And look, to say it don't mean, oh, you're a bad person. It's like, no. It's like, look, it was an error in your form. It's not to say your intentions were off. It was just an error in your form. Like you see somebody shooting a basketball and they just brick. I mean, you can see my hands. You know my form is, I'm hitting it, right? But this thing's like, and it's like, okay, you're not a bad person. You're not dumb. You're not completely incompetent. You have an error in your form. Change your form. You got one hand with the power, one hand with the guidance. Do it slow. Do it slow. All right, hit the ball. Try it. Hey, look at that. It's an error in your form, but that's what guidance is for. But you know, when you get the arrogance in there, you avoid the help. You don't want to look like you don't already know, even though it's the case. You'll get all this. You get all the fear and the pride mixed in there, and you miss it. Amar, good to see you in the chat. Welcome to the show. Wise man once said, "The spiritual birth comes at the price of the death of the old thing I thought I was." Yes. Oh my God, and it's gonna have to die again and again and again, because you're gonna put all your energy into it, right? I got it. I'm done. I did it. You know how niggas love to do ego death. You haven't experienced your ego death yet. It's okay. I get why you're like that. No. It's gonna die again and again and again because you didn't get rid of it. There's some deep shit in there. And you're not going to see the deep shit till you get the shit on the surface. It's going to go again and again and again. Damn, I must have been here. I've been here already. Why am I back here? Oh, there. I see that. That's why I'm back here. Yeah. Again and again and again. This is something you have to participate in. You cannot be availed knowledge of reality when you are actively trying to avoid it. I'm mad and frustrated right now because to me, that's so obvious. To me, that goes without saying. But this is what I realize, because I've been contemplating these things for years. And not just, every now and then, God. I'm taking a class and, they meet once a week, so I think about it then. No. No. There's nothing else to fucking think about. It's always right there. It's always right there. Spiritual life, this is the center of your life. This is not a hobby. This is not something you do on the side to make what you already got going on better. No. What you already got going on is trash, and it's getting out of here. And it'll be because you asked for it. I'm so pissed. So pissed. You should be a spooky Buddha. No. Fuck that. Okay, so we're used to thinking of ourselves as our body. Not me, Arius, I'm different. I know you're not. Look, you probably do the thing where, okay, I got a part of me that's the body, but most of me is this divine supreme being. Talk is cheap, bro. I'm telling you. One of the ways I know that's not the case, that you don't actually believe that. One, you're not addressing the fear. Two, you're avoiding things you don't like. So that idea of you ain't even all this shit you saying. It's what you'd like to believe. Thank you, love. It's what you'd like to believe. It ain't what you actually believe. What you actually believe is in the shit you're avoiding and what you're scared of. Let me pour this in here. The other reason I know that's cap is because just in Christian fashion, you've sterilized the cosmos. Everything in between, that supreme being. Look at genius at the top. Genius at the top. And I ain't going to tell you genius is some supreme being. Right here at the top. Meat bag right here at the bottom. And all of this you've made irrelevant. You tried to make everything non-physical. You just want the highest of the high. That's how I know you missed it. These things are deeply interwoven. You can't move all the way to the top. Insofar as you have a piece that's already there. What you have to do is the work in between. The showing up, the changing, the dying. Oh, just give me the method. Give me the steps. Ain't no steps, bitch. And insofar as there's steps, I'm telling you which way to go to find them. You're avoiding it? Go that way. You're afraid of it? Go that way. You don't like it? Go that way. Fuck you mean? Amara, that's why I don't like nothing that's being said. It's infinite potential because to me it applies to how can I use it to get what I want, and it reinforces nothingness as a thing, but it's no thing. It's the reflex towards substance, towards the having mode. That's the existentialism. But when we talk about this in the good, yeah. And for me personally, I would like, what I want is for motherfuckers to go through the metaphysics first. Because so many other things will make sense after you've done that. But, it's not fun. It's not boring. What's it going to get me? How's it going to make my physical life this? Why are you so concerned with making your physical life a certain thing? If all this physical shit don't matter. If you above that, right? See? I'm saying, niggas be capping. But yeah, the whole concept of thingness is usually locked in that substance way of thinking as opposed to a relational way of thinking. But you learn that through the metaphysics, especially with the fundamental map, especially the Trinity. That's why I spend so much of my time when I first started this talking about the Trinity. Because if you get that, the rest of it can unfold from there. But the thing is, motherfuckers don't know, they don't get when they don't get something. I can repeat the words. I feel good. That's not it. That's not it. Imagine a motherfucker stand next to you. They can repeat your name. They feel good standing next to you. Do they know you? Mm-mm. Mm-mm. Somebody can repeat your name and feel good standing next to you and not know you. You know what I'm saying? You can't use feelings as a barometer. Well, if you actually made the distinction between emotion and feelings, then you could use feelings. But you've conflated emotions and feelings, and you're really following emotions. So yeah, but yeah, the nothingness is a no thing. It's the only thing that has no thingness. That's what makes it. That's part of what makes it infinite potential. But so often, when people are trying to understand this, they're trying to understand it from a place of, what is it going to do for me? And then here I go. Well, what is you? Motherfucker act like this is a trick question. It's not a trick question. Yeah, this is how the Bookman model frames that you, the self. And once again, it's not just saying the words. You need to see it in your experience. See, I've done this one too. Look, this physical, non-physical, and primordial is very simple. It's very simple. Look, physical hands. If you do that right, you get a meat bag. Right? Okay? Imagine a hand. Right? Go dream a hand if you like. It's perfectly fine. That one's non-physical. As a matter of fact, you can see both of them at the same time. Especially if you're really good. You can see both of them at the same time. You got physical, you got non-physical. The place from which you're seeing them both simultaneously is primordial. It can be that simple. But you have to build from that. See, that's not even talking about your doubt. That's not even talking about the allegiances you already have, the way you already think. We'd like to believe in these things. That's what I'm saying. People would like to believe in this stuff. What they really believe, it's not real unless scientists prove it. Fair play. Fair play. Which is why I give you scientists to listen to. See? But you won't listen to them. You won't listen to them. And if you do listen to them, this is the mistake people make. So watch out for this. If you do listen to them, you don't listen to understand. You think you understand. Once I know, what do I do with it? That's why the metaphysics, I'm saying the metaphysics is so important. Spiritual work is not about the new thing to do. It's the new thing to be. You can tell me I'm the center of the universe. I'm the center of all reality. Supreme being. Great job, Hercules. Hercules, if you're the center, there isn't something you need to do. There will be things you have to do. Trust me. Your work isn't about some new thing you need to do. It's a new thing you need to be. Because when the thing in the center changes, everything else does. But if you're not trying to change, if you're trying not to change actively, I don't want to have to change. I want just a little change and get a big result. You basically want to scam reality. I want to give it the least, I want to give away the least and get the most. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And once again, imagine somebody had a relationship with you like that, where they want to have a relationship with you, give you the least, and get the most. You wouldn't fuck with that person. Motherfuckers wonder why they go in circles. You don't study, you don't contemplate, you always want to feel good, you're avoiding the things you don't want to do. You're a toddler. You're a toddler. And that's not me being me. I would love to be mean. That's not me being mean. You're a toddler. and you're choosing not to grow up. What the adult is to the child, the sage is to the adult. You want to hit this spiritual sage? Okay, yeah, you like how that feel, but you don't want to do none of the in between. You don't want to do the decades of contemplation. The decades of contemplation that no one's going to validate you for. No one's going to pay you for it. No one's going to come and say, hey, good job. As a matter of fact, it's going to be the opposite. Oh, it's going to be the opposite. Motherfuckers is going to hate you. You're going to lose all the wealthy, the shit you thought was supposed to be how your physical life go, gone. Nah, it's in the way. It's in the way. Gone. No validation. No one's going to be able to see. Unless they're doing it too. Fuck you mean? So you can get off on the hype. I'm doing things no one else is doing. Okay, that feel good. Then when you realize you alone, why can't we normalize this? No. This is what you asked for. And I will guarantee you, you get what you asked for. You get what you asked for. Now, when you're asking for things that are contradictory, of course you're going to get nothing. I want to go up and down. Slow down. Slow down. Slow down. Like what? Like what does that even mean? I don't know. I just feel. I know. If you're looking for me to give you the steps, right here, I'll do this. Because look, there was the model for the you. So I answered what is you for you because you wouldn't think about it. It's perfectly fine. Here, let's do this. Come on. Just get to the meat and I can do the rest. Okay, cool. Shadow work. You see any similarities between the pictures? See, you have to navigate that space. Not navigate to get through it. Not navigate to make it perfect. To fix it. Fixing it comes later. You got to clean it up. You got to want to see how dirty it is. You got to want to see how fucked up you are. Regardless of how fucked up anyone else is. But I'm not the only one who does it. Shut your bitch ass up. I'm not talking about other people or whether or not they do it. This is about you. Yeah. See, on the one hand, I'm different, I'm special. What about that thing right there? Well, everybody does that. I thought you was different and special. I thought there was just something about you. Yeah. See, motherfuckers will switch that shit as it's convenient. You're not doing the shadow work. I know it. When doing the shadow work, you cultivate systems to deal with your self-deception. You're not going to get anywhere if all you ever see is what you want, what you like, what feels good. Remember, you supreme being, right? Why would a supreme being ever see anything it doesn't want to see? You have to assume all of reality is just what I want. You're a toddler. That's what toddlers do. Fuck you mean. So, look, the only way through is through. So you have to get in there. And you have to not try and get away from it. When I talk about shadow work, this isn't what Carl Jung talked about. Carl Jung will tell you to integrate the shadow into personality. No, not me. I'm telling you, your personality is raggedy and funky. What about the shadow? No, you're probably right. It's got some stuff need to get cleaned up too. Your personality is raggedy and funky. Your personality is raggedy and funky. And you need to change it. And you know you need to change it, but you don't want to have to. And right back where we started. You would like to think, no, I'm good. I'm actually a good person. What the fuck does that even mean? Whatever's convenient to do what you wanted to do already. A good person. The fuck out of here. In terms of what you is, there's a part that's non-physical, that's in disarray. Don't try and compare yourself to people who don't do any of this, because you're not going to get better. You're not even going to see how bad you are. Michael Phelps, the swimming dude. He can't try and compare himself to the kids in the kiddie pool. Because if you do that, man, I'm great. I'm the best swimmer possible. He has to compare himself to people who do what he does. That's the only way you're going to tell whether or not you're good. You have to. But once again, if you only want to see what you want to see what's convenient, you want to see what validates and confirms what you want it to be the case, that's all you're going to get. And that personality going to get worse. Because look, shadow work, man, the degree to which you dedicate yourself to this part is what sets the pace for everything else. Okay, Aries, how do I do it? Well, do you get the first part? Did you get the metaphysics? Primordial, non-physical, and physical. Okay, you can say the words. Did you get it? No, you might need some help. Perfectly fine. Fuck you mean? Because look, when you get, if I'm teaching you how a car works, how the mechanisms of it work, and I get through the whole thing, and then at the end, okay, well, how do I drive it? There's something in the explanation you didn't understand. Because at some point, I went over the steering wheel, the way, what's the part that connects the steering wheel to the axle? I don't know what it's called. Is that a crankshaft? I don't think so. I told you about the transmission. I told you about how the engine connects to the interior of the car, which is why you need the air filter for the interior of the car. I showed you how different systems are isolated outside the interior to keep all that noxious fumes and heat from getting into the interior. And maybe the interior of the car has something to do with how to drive it. The gas and its connection to the engine. The brakes and its connection to the interior of the car. Look in there, there's seats. You got any guesses about how to use it? If the explanation of what it is didn't tell you how to use it, you didn't understand what it is. And that's perfectly fine. It doesn't mean you're a bad person, but you have to be able to recognize that, especially if you want to teach yourself. You can't just go out here and listen to people who are always going to tell you good job, because they're not giving you feedback on where you're missing something. What if I'm not missing anything? That's convenient. That's very fucking convenient. I'm missing shit. Ain't no way. Ain't no way. There's no one who's not missing shit. What if I'm not missing shit? How you start there? I'm saying a toddler. The shadow work. Okay? You're gonna need it. Now don't look at the other stuff. That's in between. You should get to the point, Aries. Cool. Ascension. Okay? And I hope you noticed the purple, right? We're talking the movement toward primordial, which is facilitated by your relationship with genius. Especially if you're not going to learn the metaphysics first. Especially if you're not going to learn the metaphysics first. Ascension is going to be facilitated. Your understanding of the primordial is going to be facilitated by genius. If you need me to reduce genius or personality and shadow to some type of a particle, something in the body, you didn't understand the metaphysics. You don't understand metaphysics at all. See, people who try and reduce it, it's your cranial nerves, it's your back oil, it's the dark matter melanin centrifugal force. Just saying words. Just saying fucking words. Don't study none of that shit. This relationship with genius. Henry Corbin has a good way of talking about it with his angelic twin. The light from that angelic twin not only illuminates you in a way that expands your awareness or your capacity to notice, because that's what ascension is. And ascension is an expanding of your awareness. The world's not changing. It's perfect already. It's doing exactly what it's supposed to do. It's you that's out of place. It's you that has to develop. And as you develop, your awareness expands. And by virtue of that, your capacity to notice. Remember when you first started looking into symbolism? At a certain point, you look up. Oh my God, the symbols everywhere. Don't you guys see? How come no one else sees? Well, 5 minutes ago, you didn't see it either. What happened? What you notice changed. The shit was already there. You didn't notice. Oh, it's there now. No. It was already there. You changed. Expanding of your awareness, your capacity to notice. And this is why the shadow work is so important. Say that awareness starts expanding, right? Your capacity, you're noticing more than you've ever known. Right? That's what we want. And all of a sudden, you notice that you've been the bad guy in that relationship you had with your boss. See, for the last year, you told yourself your boss fired you for no reason. I mean, you didn't do everything perfectly, but he shouldn't have done that. He shouldn't have done. You was out there telling motherfuckers how that motherfucker. My boss is like, I had to tell that nigga, right? You notice it more than you ever noticed. All of a sudden, you notice that, and you didn't want to have to see it. Well, if you choose to avoid it, what's happening there? See, your awareness is expanding, but you're trying to constrict it so you don't have to see what you don't want to see. So as you're getting what you want, you're actively trying to constrain it. It's not going to work. It's not going to work. How do I get around that? You don't. You don't. You stop constraining it. Because look, you see that. You notice that. I guarantee you, there's other places you're doing the exact same thing. So you realize you was the piece of shit at your job this whole time. You was talking all that good shit about your boss, what they should have done. You was the piece of shit. And then you start to see, damn, I did this with my family too. I do this with my schoolwork. I do this with my responsibilities. Because there's an entire systemic error in your personality that you've been in allegiance to, trying to hold on to, refusing to let go, worshiping. This how I really need to be. I'm a good person. No. You're not getting past it. See, I'll talk about shadow work here, and I'll talk about ascension. But on game day, you have to do them together. It does not stop. You don't get a break, and it only gets harder. It does not stop. You do not get a break, and it only gets harder. I can say it. The motherfuckers are still trying to get around that. That's cool. Daddy's home. You know where to find me. You know where to find me. I'll be here when you come back. What's gonna happen? You go back to capping, feeling good, performing. Then one day, it comes back around, moment of truth, and it don't feel good no more. You're in a storm and you don't know what the fuck to do. You forgot all the stuff, all that good shit she was talking. Don't know what to do. Now you're looking for, how do I get out the storm? End up back on my fucking doorstep. Oh, look, you gonna avoid that. And I know what this nigga gonna say. Yeah, you know what I'm gonna say. I've been saying it and I'm gonna say it again. I told you. I told you. You and I told you so, nigga. Well, no, because I told you. What, you want me to give you something other than the thing I told you? No, that was the solution. You didn't want to do it. You're a toddler. This shit is a rebirth. It's a new thing you have to become. And you're not going to know what it's going to be like on the other side. Oh, that's standard. But if you've never actually made yourself face your fears, you'll never be equipped. Again, the day that shit come around, you're not equipped. By your own choice. The spiritual life is not simple. I don't care how calm and nice you feel. That's not what this is. This isn't a psychological trick or some emotional manipulation. See, the idea that it could possibly be that is a very new idea. Thank you, Europe. For millennia, this has always been known as a self-transformative, contemplative, participatory work. It's never not been that. You want to pick up what your ancestors were doing, but subtly, you looking down on them. Oh, we know the things y'all didn't know. We actually understand the world better. We're so much closer, and I just need a little bit more, and I know the things they didn't know. You arrogant, colonizing piece of shit. Yeah, I'm talking to you too. You colonizing piece of shit. You don't know the world better. You don't even understand how they know the world. So quick to think what they're doing is ignorant superstition. That's why you gotta get into the philosophy that sits up under the fucking scientific method. So impressed by what Massa got. Massa ice just so much colder, boy. We gotta get us a different cup now. It's got Massa ice in it. But I get it. Because you're impressed with what it gets you. What you can do. And have no sense of what you've become. And wonder why the fuck I'm mad. No sense of what you become. Bill 24, the suppression is real. Yeah, it's real, but it's not the point. The point is the degree to which you're in allegiance to it. Look, somebody can be beating you up every day, raping some orifice of your body, and it can all be real. But if you walk up to them every day, hand them the Vaseline, make sure you wrapping up their hands so they don't hurt their hands, and then go like this, you're in allegiance to it. And so it don't matter that they're doing that. You're agreeing. And you have to see how you're agreeing. You have to see the blood on your own hands. Otherwise, it won't change. You have to see how you're agreeing. Otherwise, it won't. That's where your power is. On the one hand, I'm a supreme being. On the other hand, they got me. They got me, bruh. Get the fuck fuck out of here. That's what I mean. Motherfuckers can't see what they've become. I remember this line from the Shaka Zulu movie, right? I love that movie. Like one of the niggas talking like, hey, the white man coming, man. They got sticks that shoot fire. You know, oh my God, they got us. I was like, okay. Me and my niggas eat fire. What the fuck is you? See, go. I'm not worried about what they coming with. I'm this. That's gonna be what it is. That don't determine what I decide to do. What I am determines what I decide to do. What the fuck have you become? Your ancestors were enslaved and colonized. Now you've become a slave by choice. It's safe, it's secure. I don't know what's gonna happen out there. I'm so scared. Who knows? Oh my God. What's guaranteed? Give me something certain. Oh, no. What you've become. Motherfuckers used to die for learning to read. You wouldn't read to save your life. Not being figurative. You wouldn't read to save your life. And looking at the law stuff. Motherfuckers will talk about constitutional rights. I know my rights. Ever read the Constitution? Christianity ain't real. When the last time you read the Bible? How much research you do? How do I prove it, Arius? What's it mean to prove it? What would constitute evidence? Oh no. So then what the fuck are you asking me for? You're asking me to make you feel good about it. I don't want you to feel good about me. Don't feel good about me. Don't be like, Arius is my best buddy. You're not doing the work. Bro, you're not I don't like you. I don't. Like, you're annoying. You're deeply annoying, and I wish you were anywhere else. Like, I don't even care where else you are. I wish you were anywhere else. We're not going to be friends. You don't want to be my friend. I fart a lot. I talk shit. I make fun of you. I tease you. I don't care if you do everything right. I'm going to talk shit about you because it's funny. Why would you say that to me? Bitch made, bruh. Shadow work an essential. You need it. Ascension is the catch-all term for the general work of any spiritual system. Every spiritual system is about you changing. It's about you changing. What's it gonna get me? Some change, motherfucker. What are you going to become? What are you going to become? That's the question. Not what are you gonna get? Look, if you get, you don't have to change. There's so many stories of motherfuckers who get the thing they wanted and never changed, and it fucked them up. I gotta tell you, you get what you ask for. The spiritual life is not peaches and cream. It ain't peaches and cream, player. Peaches and cream. I need it because you know that I'm a fiend. That's alright, I'm old. Y'all don't know this song. It's okay. There is no universal one true way. So many people are looking for that. Why are you looking for that? It's a Christian way of thinking. It's a European way of thinking. You're colonized. You can't help but think there must be some one true way. That's why you think you're a good person and everyone else needs to catch up. Because the way you are is the one true way. But I'm humble. You lying ass. I don't know how many times. Like clockwork, because bro, I actually talk to people. You niggas don't talk to people. You do everything you can to avoid ever having to talk to someone. I know. Fuck. And not only that, you don't just, not only do you not talk, you don't listen. You hear and you feel. Oh, stars and stripes. But you don't listen. But I can't make you. All I can do is be here until you're ready to do it. But in the meantime, we're not going to be friends. Oh no. Oh no. We're not going to be friends. Oh my God, that's fun. That's what niggas want, boy. I want a friend. I want someone. It's so lonely out here. I seen this one motherfucker, right? On the one hand, this always happens. Oh, what I'm doing is so different. No one can do this. This nigga just reading the book Bobby Hemmett recommended and feeling good. Then on the other hand, oh my God, it's just so lonely out here in here. Oh. Man. Come on, pick your poison. Pick your poison. Pick the hill you're gonna die on. Stop avoiding consequences. You shouldn't need consequences for you to decide what to do. You shouldn't need consequences for you to decide what to do. I don't know what to do. Okay, I'm about to take this from you. No. Now I know what to do. What? Get up. You know what you need to do. You've known what you need to do for a long time. Go do it. That's the spiritual life. Show up. Participate. Play your role. And end up somewhere you never could have imagined. Period. Somewhere you never could have imagined. And you'll never get there if all you see is what you want. That's something you can imagine. And what you're afraid of or avoiding, that's something you can imagine. You have to be participating with the world you never could have imagined. And you're only going to find it beyond what you want to be the case and what you don't want to be the case. Because that's still the world of things you could imagine. But so often people are scared of the unknown. All this fear in your chest, and you want to tell me about spiritual this and that. You don't believe none of that stuff. That's why you're scared. And you don't want to have to be scared. Look, bro, be scared. It's natural. It's not about don't be scared. It's your relationship to that fear. Are you willing to step to it? Or are you going to try and find some way to get around it? Bro, it can be so simple. It can be as simple as that. See, you won't even need no spiritual nothing. Stop avoiding what you know you need to do. That's basic Homo sapien shit. Go ahead. There you go. Don't even deal with nothing metaphysical. You don't need to. Basic Homo sapien, bro. Gerson, good to see you. Oh, that's Gerald. That's not Gerson. Of course, Gerson's not here. Gerson's out somewhere finagling with some person, you know, some young lady somewhere. Yeah, man. The spirit. What makes something spiritual is that it has a relationship with reality beyond the physical world. Otherwise, you could just call it physical. What makes something spiritual is it has continuity. It participates with reality beyond the physical world. Everything participates with reality beyond the physical world. Is that so? Oh, okay. Everything does that. Tell me about that in you. And if it's the case, see, I don't even want whatever answer you gave me there, didn't want it. I was going to hear. If it's the case, why is all that fear in your chest? Why are you in survival mode? Why are you running scared? Won't you follow that participation, continuity beyond the physical world? Why don't you follow that? Because you don't really believe in it. It's not what's most real to you. That's your problem, though. That's why you're not having a spiritual life. You can't. You want to have a physical life with some spiritual sprinkles. I get these psychic moments. Yeah, this typo. Predicting and influence people seeing patterns of a day, and it drives me crazy at the end, the next day, and I did willingly ascend, and all power win away equals suppress. Oh, you suppressing it. Oh, okay, yeah. Look, yeah. If you're talking about you in your own way, oh yeah, like clockwork. But that's what the shadow works for, to actually cultivate the systems to stop doing that. Okay, because usually we think the solution to something like that is, okay, I need to do this one thing and I'm good. I need to do these two things and I'm good. The thing that's causing an error is a systemic error. And so there's an entire systemic pattern in the way in which you move, you relate to the world, that's causing the problem. And so you have to deal with this systemic error. Like Piaget, there we go. Jonathan Piaget, childhood psychological development. Um, as kids grow, there's certain ways in which they think they have to develop. Like for really small babies, they put their toy on the table, right? And then they go away. They forget the toy exists anymore if they don't see it. They eventually have to learn object permanence. The fact that I put my toy here, it's going to be here. You know, they'll learn a little bit of the persistence. So they'll get a little older. They know the toys are in the toy box. They go and get the toy, leave it in the living room, and then forget it. And then when they're looking for the toy the next time, they go to the toy box. Why? There's a systemic error in their processing, in how they're relating to the world, how they're understanding the world. But you develop through those things as you're guided by your parents. But look, you got to get into, why does that drive you crazy? What, because no one else around you gets it or sees it? What difference would that make? You don't even follow it. See, one, because if you had a culture or tradition that substantiated what you're dealing with, that would be the case. But that's part of why I do the guild. So you have something, because our culture doesn't do it. And anything Western culture touches, it just colonizes. So you're not going to get that from the people you know. Period. That's kind of par for the course. The issue, you got to roll with that shit. And with your chest out. With your chest out. So don't let that part drive you crazy. Here comes the fear. Face it. Face it. Walk through it. Because otherwise you'll do just like you're saying. You'll suppress it yourself. And you'll never cultivate that. It'll never unfold. It'll never open up. And as a result, you won't either. Willingly ascend, and all that power went away. Yeah. This is why I focus so much time on the shadow work. Like, throughout the guild, we do 3 months. Each month is a new A. There's Ascension, Ancestors, and Altars. We go through those 3 subjects. But all throughout the entire season, shadow work. Because this is the part that's most in disarray. It sets the tone for everything else. It sets the tone for everything else. I cannot stress it enough. Because this is the place where you will be in your own way. And you can't just want to get beyond it and get beyond it. It don't work like that. And this is why. As much as you want to get beyond it, just like you say, there's a part of you that's scared to, and it's an allegiance to not facing it. And when the time comes, if this is the one you pick, don't face it, run, pretend like you didn't see it, you're going to lose. And it's not the world doing it. It's your own, there's blood on your own hands. And no one can fix that. But this is a spiritual life. And once again, man, for generations, for millennia, the people that did this work are a small select group. They're a small select group. See, they were coming from a culture that substantiated what it was they were doing. And even if the individuals didn't know, the culture, the infrastructure of the culture was set up to make sure the people who were doing the most important work for the community were put on that pedestal, were put in a place where they were facilitated to do that work. These days, bro, you'll probably be like the first person in the last 50 to 150 years of your family who does any of this. All that shit's gone. Motherfuckers, they're inundated in pretending like they have a scientific perspective. Don't study no science, right? Don't do no experiments. You don't do no experiments, but scientists said it. Oh shit, man, did you hear what scientists said? Yeah, you ready to be the nigga that told other people, oh, scientists are saying these days. Nigga, you don't know a scientist. Fuck out of here. It's called science-ism. When people who don't really understand science but are impressed with what it can do, try and use the fruits of science to understand the world without going through the work of understanding what it is they're talking about. But I'm just here, okay? You're going to do what you want. You're going to get what you want. No reason to listen to Aries. He's just angry. Don't you see me? I'm happy and calm. Ah, okay, cool. Well, you could have just took some drugs to be happy and calm. That don't make you spiritual. Is you happy and calm? I'm gonna be happy and calm later. Shit, I won't need a drug to do it. But right now I'm pissed. But why am I pissed? Why am I pissed? Because I love the subject matter. This could actually be like motherfuckers. Oh, it's a science. You don't even know what a science is. This could actually be something of value in the world. Not because I'm giving it. There's plenty of people giving it. Too busy listening to some dumb fuck who tells you melanin is your superpower. Like, bro, a roach has melanin. White folks got melanin too. It just don't have the U. I think it's U melanin. The melanin that's in the exterior of the physical body. Any complex nervous system has melanin. Fuck out of here. And look, you know the word melanin. What does it mean? What does the word mean? Why is it called melanin? You want to get into molecular chemistry. But no, it just feels good. I got melanin. And it's a superconductor. What's a superconductor? It conducts super? What's a superconductor? Fuck out of here. Don't know nothing about electricity. I can't force you to acknowledge if you don't know what you're talking about. I can't. I can help. I don't have to know everything to do that. The spiritual life is work. It's work. And it don't get easier. You don't get validation for it. I tell you what, man, I could be rich if I just bullshitted y'all. I put that robe on, put that spooky robe on, tell you a chosen one. Oh yeah, any bullshit you come with, just validate it. Oh man, I really love Buddhism. I just think it's calling me. Oh yeah, go ahead, man. That must be the thing. Don't you realize that's the centrifugal pull of the magnetosphere of your soul? See, they don't want you to know that. But I'm here to make sure you can take, you know it. I want to help you unlock your ultimate potential. You can do it. As a matter of fact, you're almost there. It's people like us, the chosen, who really know. Fuck out of here. You interested in Buddhism? How much have you studied it? Let me guess, you read the first few pages of a book you bought months ago. Look, bro, you really interested? Take your ass to somewhere where they teach it. That's not me being mean. You really interested? Is it really calling you? Get your ass going. And go submit yourself to that process. Well, nah, I don't wanna have to, I wanna do what I want. Then it ain't really calling you. And you can go ahead and stop lying to yourself about it. Oh, I'm really interested in the spiritual. What do you research? What do you practice? What do you not know? Oh no, what makes you think you interested? Gotta stop lying to yourself, man. That sounds like someone that's trying to fuck you. The person telling you you're the chosen. Hell yeah. But you'd be surprised how many people out here eating it up. This is why chosen ones always have a difficult time when it comes to family. See, they don't realize the light is shining on you and it's really blinding them and they're resentful for it. That's why they're the narcissist. But stop. You're not a chosen one. You're not a chosen one. I'll give you this. You might be getting called. Many are called, few are chosen. If you're not 10 toes down on what you're called to do, just go ahead. It ain't even for you. It ain't even for you, bro. But I kind of want it. No. You can't kind of want it. You gotta want it so bad, the fear don't bother you. The pain don't bother you. The discomfort don't bother you. You gotta want it that bad. And if you don't, you may as well go back to whatever other thing. Because see, this is why I point people to the fears right away. Because what you want more than anything else is to survive at all costs. To avoid the things you don't want to have to deal with. That's what you want more than anything. Get a little bit of money. No, I'm not like that. Not like that. Bullshit. And y'all motherfuckers want me to eat it, bro. Real shit. That's why you wonder why I'm mad. Why are you so mad? It's because you feeding me bullshit. And it's my job to fucking sit here and eat it. I can't stand you fucking monkeys. They just sound hurt. That's why chosen ones have a good time with family. Like, go get therapy. Yeah, please. And see, they don't realize as much as they're trying to reject Christianity, that's a Christian concept. Chosen? Look, because you got to know the history of where these things come from. After Martin Luther, right, with the Protestant Reformation, when all of the idea of God's grace or God's favor, it used to be all those things were tied up in the Ecclesiastia, the infrastructure of Christianity. But after the Protestant Reformation, especially with the proliferation of the actual book, so much was focused on the text. As a matter of fact, part of what Luther was having an issue with was the notion of certainty. How could he be certain about his own salvation? And the conclusion he came to is you can't. What you can do is read it, know it, and hope that God shows you favor. And what eventually happens is people start to see, if you're having a life that's wealthy and nice, here's the evidence that God favors me. And so you're looking, trying to get that favor. Trying to be the chosen. Get the fuck out of here. If you was really about that chosen shit, you'd step to it. But motherfuckers don't step to it. They talk that good game when everybody looking. But in the moments of truth, they bail. They choose the old ways. Melanin is a black hole chemical structure, kind of like a light particle trap. This light is used power up the organism. I'm still unresponsible. I only did one with the proper sleep and avoid bad light. I mean, look, black. That's what I'm saying. Folks will say shit like this. Black hole chemical structure. Now, either you're creating a new science. If you say something like that, either you're creating a new science, which by all means you could, but you can't be. I'm above debate because that's not how science has ever worked. I have this idea, but I'm above debate. So, black hole chemical structure. That's not physics. That's not biology. That's not chemistry. So you're purporting to put, like some motherfuckers do, you're purporting to put all three of those together and be above debate. No way. No way. What's more than likely is that shit means motherfucker don't know what they're talking about. Because look, what that is reducing reality to some mechanism of particles. Ugh. Do you even know where that comes from? No, but it works. What you mean it works? Man, please, bruh. Cookie physics. Cookie physics? I don't know what cookie physics is. It sounds like kindergarten physics. I'm saying, man, motherfuckers won't even study physics. But they'll come out with these new words that sound good. Look, you gotta look at where that atomic model comes from. And keep in mind, it's a model. This is why I give you the Bookman model. It's a model. You cannot confuse the map and the territory. And if you do, you'll be confused. A map is a model. It's not the territory. A map is a model. What the scientific method does is predict behavior based on a model. The model's been changing for centuries. So when you treat it, that's the scientism. When you treat it like this universal one way of knowing, it's unbiased, it's rational. Well, who told you that? Like, what's your conception of ration? The motherfuckers who are telling you what ration is are telling you, well, we're the only ones that are rational. So you go from the one true religion, right? The only ones who really got religion, the superior people of the planet, just coinky-dink, right? And now all of a sudden you got the superior way of knowing. Let's stop. Get that colonized shit out of here. It's crazy. But Massa Ice got to be so much colder. Massa Ice is colder. That's what it is. Fuck that nigga Ice. Massa Ice cold. Massa Ice cold. That's what you want in your drink, but Massa Ice cold. Nah, man, look, it's a model. And it's not to say you can't do things with it. You can. But you have to keep in mind what it's made to do. Because you can't try and apply that to everything. That's the problem with the one true way. And one of the things people miss when I say that, okay, so if it's not one way, then any and everything is the case. No, that's wrong. Look, there's no one way to win a basketball game. All right? There's different ways to get to the place where you have the most points. Okay? Even sometimes there's probably some kind of default way that you can win or someone else gets disqualified. There's all kinds of ways to come to the victory. That doesn't mean everything is the case. Oh, so I can win if I just sit in the stands. No, you're not even playing. Like, you don't want to go from the extreme where there's only one way. Any and everything is a thing. No. The details. It's in the middle. Slow down. But look, that one true way of thinking, it's very European and Christian. But see, when you don't research what you've rebelled against, you end up recreating it. And you don't know you've recreated it because you only went aesthetic deep. How you feel about it, what it looks like. That's it. This is why I'll send you niggas to fucking scientists. Who's the other guy? Dr. Donald Hoffman. I'll send y'all to Donald Hoffman. Here. And look, I'm not sending you to these people because they're the end-all be-all. In fact, if you listen to them, they'll send you to other sciences. Because when you want to hear scientists talk about it, they'll send you to other scientists. Okay, look, you want to hear scientists talk about it? Fuck science, but what are they saying? I know. I'm gonna spell this nigga's name wrong, bro. There it is. No, I spelled it right. What you talking about? Hey, got that shit. Look, Kurt Jamungle. I usually hate people who do interviews because you have to be listening to do an interview. Sometimes you just, I'm so blown away by what you said. Here, I'm going to ask you a question that has nothing to do with what you just said. I hate people who do interviews sometimes. Kurt, excellent. He's excellent. Kurt is excellent. Not only is he excellent, he knows enough to be able to follow the people he's interviewing so that those people don't have to try and dumb everything down. All right. Kurt Jamungle. He has a Theories of Everything YouTube channel. Go listen to him. Don't even listen to him. Listen to the people he brings on. Scientists. You want scientists? There you go, kiddo. Scientists. Scientists. Right? That's what you want. Take it. But you're going to come back to the same thing. There's an underlying presupposition in science. There's an underlying presupposition that the world is mechanical, made of little particles, little substances, and that you can understand the world by reducing things to those substances or mathematical equations. There's an underlying presumption. It's not to say an underlying presumption is bad. It's to say that based on where you start, you will inevitably end in a certain place. That's why I'll send you to Donald Hoffman, because he talks about the idea of theories of everything. There is no theory of everything. Every theory, especially a good one, needs to be able to tell you what its limits are. Bruh, what are the limits of the Bookman model? It's a bare bones model. It's made to have more added to it. It's made not to be the last thing. As a matter of fact, the philosophical home base, I would say, is ontological symbolic hermeneutics. Hermeneutics is about your interpretation of a thing. Ontology is the philosophical study of being. But the symbolism, that's the part that's there in between. It's how you can have the Egyptian pantheon and the Sumerian pantheon and the Norse pantheon. Each of those is an ontological symbolic framework. And the degree to which you can attune yourself to that ontological symbolical framework is the degree to which you can fit yourself to a particular metaphysics. So there's no end-all be-all ontological symbolic framework. Even the atomic model is an ontological symbolic framework. It's a model. The only thing you need is a principled understanding of what models are. Not only that, your ontology cannot be absolutely monistic or dual. Otherwise, it's not going to be able to reconcile itself. It's dual, it can't reconcile itself. If it's absolutely monistic, now you're talking about everything and nothing in the same terms. Which won't get you anywhere, which is why I talk about the fundamental map, the metaphysics, 0 and 1, right out the gate. If you don't understand what's going on there, you won't understand the momentum of unfolding that comes afterwards. So its limits is that it's made not to be the end. It's made to be a possible beginning. It's not made to be an end. It's a skeleton. It's a basic skeleton. In no way, shape, or form am I trying to tell you, here, I got the one true way. Here's the universal method. Here's the secret they're trying to hide from you. This shit ain't secret. Fuck out of here. Another pattern on the colonized mind I see is that radical reflex along with the agnostic reflex. I get the agnostic reflex because it's considered rational. It's considered neutral, and it's not neutral. It's not neutral. It's biased in a very specific way. Kind of like the idea of, well, I have no path. Well, no path is still a path. So there's a particular bias. It's not neutral. But what do you mean by the radical reflex? Radical, to the next one. Radical as in, like, if you say, I'm not the body, they hear, oh, why don't you kill the body? I think that comes from the emotionalism. It comes from how they understand is how they feel about it. Like, because even once again, I send you to Dr. Donald Hoffman. He gets these ideas. He gets these talked about. He gets these rebuttals to his idea. Okay? It's like, okay. Let me put one of these up here. Here. I'll do this. Boom. Can you see? A copy here. There we go. Look at that. There's a file icon on the user interface, okay? There's a file icon right there. Now, the underlying reality of the zeros and ones, the code behind this user interface, does not look like that. It has nothing to do with this picture. Look, the PDF viewer I'm using right here. This looks nothing like the underlying code. So if I tell you, reality isn't this PDF view or isn't this appearance. If I tell you, look, this is just an appearance. Oh, well then why don't you just delete it? Because the appearance is connected to the reality. The appearance is informed by the reality. The body is an appearance of a thing. So why don't you get rid of it? No. You misunderstood what I said. It's not to say it's not real. It's not what it appears to be, or it's more than it appears to be. This file is more than it appears to be. So I can't. If I just delete it, I'm also getting rid of the what more it is. Because they're deeply interwoven. They're rooted into each other. The illusion part doesn't mean it's not real. It means it's either not what it appears to be or there's more than it appears to be. There's more to it. There's more going on. You can't just kick the shit out. People hear that shit way too often, that this is some rejection of the physical world. If anything, bro, and this may not even be the whole story either, it's a rejection of reductionist physicalism, where your way of understanding the world is reducing it to what's physical. Like most people who still try and do that, scientism. They don't listen to physicists. They don't study none of this. The physicists for more than 40 years now, and quite publicly, have known that space-time is not fundamental. Space-time and the things in space-time are not fundamental to reality. That includes melanin. Uh-oh. Your God body? Right? You're going to upgrade this, activate your brain, spinal column, melanin, right? Those things aren't fundamental to reality. You cannot start there as a premises. Whatever premises you do get has to be able to give you back this stuff. Then it would start to be tracking reality because the physical world is emergent. It comes from some deeper reality. So anyone trying to talk to you about this stuff activating your body, some radical shift in the physical world, you missed it. You missed it. 5D. Look, they want to tell you about 5D, but they're starting their dimensionality from the physical world. So the physical world is the first, second, and third dimension. No. You can't start dimensionality from the physical world because the physical world is emergent. It comes from something else. Wherever the physical world comes from is where you start dimensionality. This is the third dimension. No, it's not. You're experiencing it three-dimensionally, sure, but it's not the third dimension. You're moving backwards. But why are you moving backwards? Because of your presumptions. Because of where you start your line of thinking. And it's telling in how you explain things because you try and reduce them to something that's physical. And that's what makes it most real for you. But why? Because of your presumptions. I niggas wonder why I'm mad. This shit ain't hidden. This shit's not hidden. I hit the scene thinking I'm gonna talk to niggas about metaphysics. Nope. Nigga was talking about do-rag magic. Shut up. I'll be alright. So yeah, guys, look. If you're the kind of person who doesn't want to have to research, who avoids anything they don't like, who's fearful all the time, consistently, you make your choices based on what you're afraid of, go ahead and stay away. Don't even fuck with me. Don't even fuck with me, right? You better take your time. Because I can tell you right now, it's just not going to be easy. It's not going to be quick. It's going to be terrifying. I'm terrified all the time, bruh. But it's not about not having fear. It's about your relationship to the fear. What you do in the face of it. What you do in the face of the pain and the discomfort. Not about whether or not you have it. See? It's not about whether or not you have it. It's about what is you. What do you become in the face of it? What do you become in the face of it? Because when everybody love chaos till shit start fucking up. And when shit start fucking up, what do you become? Scared little monkey baby. Scared little monkey baby. Trying to run away. Fuck you, Iris. You don't know. I just said it. I know. You don't have to be, and that's why I'm mad. Scared little monkey baby. Scared little monkey baby. 69. Bruh, shut the fuck up. It's in the name. I don't know what you're talking about 69. At least you didn't do the 6-7 the kids do these days. Oh, man. Yeah, guys, it's welcome week, bro. I don't mind guiding you. Don't mind holding up a community. You want people who are doing what you're doing? You're probably not even doing what you say you're doing, but okay, you can start. It's fine. Look, these things for millennia were done in a community. And if you're not going to take a community or guidance, you damn sure better be researching and contemplating every single fucking day. If you're treating this like a hobby, you're fucking yourself. I'm so serious. Because our culture and language do not facilitate what you're trying to do. Especially if you're looking for some one true thing, or you think somebody's hidden this shit from you. Oh, you're going to go in circles. Then go ahead. I'll be here. You know where to find me. I'm just going to laugh. I can't do it. Eric's going to laugh at me. Yeah, I'm going to laugh at you, dumbass. Come on now. At least give me that. Shit. All right, y'all. That's me for today. This welcome week, I got the doors open. Links and shit's down there. Get in. Don't get in. You know where to find me, bro. You know where to find me.